how to know if you're eligible for a VA loan, how to get your certificate of eligibility as well. Okay, so first of all, you want to make sure you're eligible. Most of the time you're going to be. So let's talk about the big timelines. If you are a service member, it's 90 days of active duty. If you are National Guard or Reserves, it's 90 days of active duty or up to 6 years. Now, if you're a veteran, I'm gonna have a link for you guys to check out because it depends on when you served. And overall, what I noticed, it's like there's a couple periods where it's like 181 days of continuous service, but it's generally about 90. You know, if for some reason you were let out of the military tied to VA disability, that can shorten the time frame as well. So I think there's a misconception that you have to have served for a very long time in order to be eligible, but really it is that 90-day window that I'm seeing 9 out of 10 times. So I'll have a link for that for you guys to check out as well. Now, the other thing is, how do I get my certificate of eligibility? A lot of times, if you're talking to a lender that doesn't work with VA, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you gotta bring it to me, and you know, you need to get your DD-214, and I don't really ask for DD-214s 90% of the time. I'm gonna tell you why. So when a client fills out a loan application with me, we have a bot that automatically is pulling their certificate of eligibility electronically. Now look, there's certain periods, you know, from a long time ago where that data may not be as easily accessible, but in that case, my processor reaches out to the client, lets them know what documents that we're gonna need, and then they work, my processors work with VA to help get that certificate of eligibility. Now, once in a while, you will have to go to VA. It's really rare though. It's really rare. So, you know, I think it's important for you to know that as a lender, it's really easy for us. So if someone's telling you it's not, that's a red flag. Okay, how else can you get it? Because you're like, well, I don't know, Jen, I just want to see my certificate of eligibility. You can get it online. So I'll have a link to the government site that you can go to where you can get it online. Same thing that I have, where sometimes if it's, you know, a long time ago, they may not have it electronically. You might have to do additional paperwork, but most of the times they're gonna have it electronically. So getting your COE can be really, really easy. The only time I see it harder for people is if they've changed their last names. Now, if you're working with my team and you've changed your last name, you just tell us. There's documentation that we have to take to VA to get everything updated. But that's generally what I'll see where someone's like, it's just not coming up. And I'm always gonna say, did you get married or did you change your last name? Because that can definitely make it so you have to provide additional paperwork. So always a good reminder to keep your current legal name active in that VA system just for moments like this. But if you didn't, don't worry about it. We can make it super, super easy. So always good to know if you're eligible, and then get the certificate of eligibility, or the lender can, but none of this is anything you should be stressing out about. This is the easiest part of the process. Now, sometimes people go, well, wait, I was told by a lender that I don't qualify for a VA loan. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Unless the VA tells you that, I would go to VA. Just make sure you go to VA, because as easy as I'm telling you that it is to get these documentation, unfortunately, you know, not everybody works with a lot of VA loans, and they may be unsure. They may not have hit the name change before. So please don't let a lender ever tell you that you're not eligible. Make sure you're verifying with VA.